Ladies and gents, Corvus Glaive is finally here in game. I'm going to buy him right now. We're going to open his orbs and see how badly I do. We're going to level this bad boy up, talk about what T4s I'm going to use, and then we're going to talk about where is he good. Arena, Blitz, Raid, or War. Is he worth the money? Let's find out. What's up, folks? It's Chewburger84 here from Alternate Reality, and we are back with some Marvel Strike Force gameplay. Now, I do apologize that I'm wearing a hat. This coronavirus means that I've finally run out of all hair and styling products, so I look more homeless than usual, and was just attacked by a vicious 7-month-old girl about 20 minutes before recording this, which is sensational timing. So look, today, folks, what we're gonna do is open these orbs. We're gonna see what the RNG looks like for me today with Corvus. Now, no matter what, I wanna play him with the 4 red stars that I've unlocked at the moment. So if I need to core out with my saved cores from Arena over the last 4 months, that's what we're gonna do. All right, so let's get straight into this. The next section in this video involves the opening of loot boxes, which due to the gambling nature of their mechanics, have very strong links with people falling into gambling addiction. If you are under the age of 18, or if you are someone with a history of gambling addiction, please use the timestamps below to skip to the next section of the video. Stay safe. Let's see how it looks when we open. Starting out with greens. Greens are never good. All right. More greens. All right, I'll take 8s instead of 6s. Fox next, come on now. All right, 6 again. I think it's gonna be one of those days. I've got that vibe. Because I opened so few red stars today and got immediately 4 reds on Corvus from a 4 elite. I have a feeling that my luck for the day, maybe the month, is unfortunately gone, folks. Don't get me wrong, I know that good luck in this game means that I want a 7. There's my first blue, so that's not too bad. We really need a purple, or this is gonna be a disastrous opening. This is why I despise the RNG of these things, folks. All right, another blue. We got a 20. That was desperately needed right now, because I don't think we're going to even be eyeing him off at a 4 at this stage. Maybe halfway through a 3. This is pretty bad. This is why, for most people, man, I don't recommend spending money on loot boxes. My goodness. All right, getting closer. Here we go. All right. So let's see how close we got. We have him at, oh man, 132 orbs from all that. Man, the value in this game is just getting worse, I swear. All right, let's get some cores until we get him up. So we need 50. All right, let's go back into our orbs. Let's call while we can. Now, I wish they'd tell you how often these stores are going to be. Like, is it going to be for a day? All right, so we need 44 now. All right, that means we need 34. Okay, 28. 22. Come on now, Fox Next. What are you doing to me? The usual. I mean, to be fair. All right, so we probably need about 3 more. Let's do 4 just to be safe. There was an 8, so maybe we're gonna need 3. All right, come on. Need a purple. I mean, a gold would be even better. Let's just do 1 more to be safe. Just because my mass ain't so good. All right, let's upgrade him so we've got all 4 stores to play with. Thanks for all the offers, Fox Next. All right, here we go. All right, so we'll level him up. This is gonna be a hard slog for me now to get something decent out of this guy going forward, unfortunately. Let's take him to 70 for now, just because we don't want to go too crazy. That's probably a little bit more than I'd like to spend with the Spider-Man milestones on right now, but that is what it is. Trying to be efficient as possible with all the gold. So let's equip him. So I'm really excited to test this guy out with his partner in crime, Proxima Midnight. The combination of those two looks insane. I think the basics on both of these two is almost an essential upgrade. I think no matter, you know, what you're gonna do with these two, whether you're getting the full Black Order or just these two, I really think that they're going to be a strong synergistic team, and I'm looking forward to playing over the next few days to try and determine, like, what is the best team that isn't Black Order for these two. You know, can I create a crazy kind of, you know, dark brawlers sort of team by being able to get, you know, many assists coming through and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to playing with that. Now, obviously, these guys are going to be gods in Arena because Black Order has been coded exactly that way. It's what Fox Next wants us to do. Whether or not they're as OP and as meta as they're currently coding, Obviously, we're going to have to wait about 6 to 8 weeks to really find out once everything's been released and they're in the game. We're going to take them up to T12 for now. I like to test most of these new tunes at T12 where possible, just because T13 is obviously better. But at the same time, not everyone could just instantly take people to T13. We just don't have the materials for that, folks. All right, so there's our T12. So let's go through ability by ability. Now, his basic is very good in the sense that he's just going to do damage, which basic should, but it's all piercing damage. Now, when Proxima is on the field, however, you are going to call in an assist. And because with these two, we always want that to be the case, 50% call in is far too low a statistic. It's far too low. So we're going to take that immediately up to T4, which means that every time he goes on a basic, so does she. Okay. Now we're going to go over here to the special. Now with this one, you're only getting another 40% damage. If I got this guy at 6 to 7 red stars, I would do this immediately. The problem is I didn't, all right? The chances of me getting that happening is very, very slim. And same story for this one here. I mean, 40% piercing damage is a wonderful amount of damage, but if you didn't pull high red stars, it's really hard to justify being able to do this. Now, this one here is a must-have for Corvus Glaive, okay? The reality is he is going to have, when he's in stealth, he's going to gain an extra 20% crit chance on top of what he normally has from the rest of this ability. He's going to get another 10% damage, and the rest of the Black Order is going to get another 10% damage as well. So for me, this is a no-brainer. So for me right now, for most of you out there, you are going to want to take those two up, all right? Did take this guy to T13. Proxima is going to be at T13 as well, just because we're going to do this. But for most of you, I'd recommend just testing at T12. I messed up there. I'm overtired. Let's get over it, shall we? All right. So that is Corvus Glaive. Those are the T4s that I would recommend for now. And I'm going to come back and talk about which game modes he looks like he is going to be good in. Okay, so for the raid test for Corvus and Proxima, what we're going to do is take them into beta, into the skill and tech lane. I'm going to try and keep it relatively heal worthy on the left-hand side here, so that way we can let all the DPS come from Proxima and Corvus only. And once we've done 2 quick nodes here, then we're going to jump across to Ultimus 7 and see how they perform there. The downside with me for Ultimus 7 at the moment is that I think putting both of them in means you have to sacrifice one, at least, probably 2 of the essential characters for Ultimus 7 right now. That's my main concern. But let's see if they bring enough utility and enough damage to actually make up for that. So Proxima's going to get out her AoE there. Let's put this out, get a bit of energy. Actually, what I want to happen is... look, it doesn't really matter. Let's just get a blind out. Okay. All right, just waiting for this to come through. Okay, now we've got defense ups, which would have been pretty good for Corvus. We don't want to waste this now, though, because if we use his ultimate, he actually does double damage against characters who have defense up. So it would have been much better for us if that hand sork had to put that on someone else, but it's not the end of the world. We do have this, however, which basically means we're going to hit the most injured ally, ignoring taunt and stealth. So he does have an evade up. Let's see if it does hit anyway, though. Okay, so it does. It goes through evade. It does say that in the text, but it's always good to know that it actually does that in the coding. I'm just going to use Minerva's ult there to actually clear off the rest of that shenanigans. Let's use our ult here to get out a stun and a slow. Get some more energy feed out on the team. Let's get rid of this hand sentry, and then hopefully we can get this Corvus to do something cool in a minute. All right. I really want Minerva to go before Corvus if I can. Bugger. Yeah, I wanted to use that against a defense up target. We might save that for the next node. Hopefully we have someone over there that gives me what I want. Okay. All right, there we go. There's going to be one I can use. Now, we should get the assist here as well, which that combination, that was about 20 and 20, so that's about 40k. I'll slow that down on their next hit so we can see that a little bit better. But I do love the assist that these two bring together. That is for sure. Okay, so let's slow this down and have another look. I'll poke it at the hand sork. So we're going to get hit number 1. So 35k on the secondary hit as well. So that is not too shabby, actually. Both of those two characters are at 4. Okay, so let's slow this down to 2 so we can see the damage clearly. This is going to do 280 piercing damage percentage, and then it's going to basically double because of the defense up. And if we get lucky, because I am in stealth, there's a very good chance that this will crit as well. So let's have a look. That's a 60k crit, okay, which is not too bad at all. Considering the character had defense up, I'll take that as a win. So look, I think the assist that these two bring is very, very good. The fact that they can strip buffs every time one of them is calling in the other one for an assist, and the fact that when they're doing their basics on someone that does have a evade or something like that, the fact that it still goes through, I think that is very good as well. Let's do one more quick node here, and then we'll head into Ultimus 7. I really can't wait to play the Black Order together, folks. I think they're going to be incredibly fun. Incredibly fun. So yeah, I think if you've got a skill lane when it comes to any of the Greek raids, these are going to be a pretty good addition to almost any team. There's that spawning with the offense up. That's what we want. That's what we want, folks. All right, let's get that energy out. That went to Corvus, so that's good. All right, let's just blind out one of these two. Not that it matters. Okay, let's save on that. Let's play around a little bit more with these basic attacks. Let's see what we can pull out. So we got 35k only on one of them. They're just too low health in this raid, unfortunately. So we'll get more data from Ultimus 7. All right, there's the miss we needed. Okay. Just waiting on Cage to give defense up for a few folks. That way we can see how this goes. So what we're going to do here is rather than mess around, we're going to go in and we're going to clear. So it's 17 and then a 41. So there's definitely a much stronger hit from one than the other. All right, let's just clear out. Actually, Kree Nobles are more of a pain than you think. Okay. Thor's probably one of the bigger threats in line. All right, so with this, we don't want to do that too much at the moment. Let's try this again. So we got the offense up. We got a 17 and a 27, so no crits there this time. We don't want Luke Cage being able to go out and do that whole taunting thing. So we're going to give him a stun and also a slow, which is just a wonderful mechanic to be able to take out the biggest sort of threat on the field or whatever it is that you don't want to happen. Just being able to stun them out and also get a big slow. That combo is really, really good. I like it a lot. Okay. All right, we don't want to waste that yet. We'll wait till the next wave drops, which should be now. Let's get another basic combo, 25-27, so a 50k combo. I mean, it's not Black Bolt and Yo-Yo kind of combination, but it's not too bad. Obviously, once they get their benefits for the rest of the squad, you know, once they're both not, you know, 4 stars, that probably makes a big difference as well. Let's get the AoE out again. So her AoE actually does a surprising amount of damage for someone who's still so low as well. I really like Proxima. And Corvus, I think, is going to have some very specific uses. I'm hoping he's going to be... Let's hit this ult, actually, just to see how the AoE damage does. That's not bad either. For a 4-star character, he is 4 reds, admittedly, but for a 4-star character to almost kill all of those with a special, that's not too bad. So yeah, it's not as game-breakingly powerful than I guess I was hoping for with these two. It is low stars, but I mean, when you sort of see power creep teams like this where they're designed to be relatively OP, I'm not going to lie that most of the damage work that's going to be done in that team is going to be from these two. So we know that Thanos obviously has his big boom when he goes off, but I'm a little bit nervous about the damage output right now. Maybe they scale really well, maybe there's something we're not seeing just yet. But yeah, I think we need to see a little bit more out of Ultimus 7, so let's jump into that right now. All right, so here we go, folks. How do these two characters do in Ultimus 7? So we're going to take them in the first 2 nodes to try and get a bit of a feel for how they run. I'm going to make them the only damage dealers in here. I'm going a relatively defensive setup. So whether we can beat the timer with this is going to be the real issue. Obviously, I'd normally probably swap out Yo-Yo for a Black Bolt. Maybe even do like a completely different team. I guess you could run a secondary raid team with this. That way you could keep your Yo-Hobo together or your Tech Wing. And that means you might be able to use a secondary team with these two instead. I do like the idea of a Kingpin with these two. I think there's some sort of crazy multi-assist team that's to be had there. That's something I'm going to mess around with in Blitz over the next couple of days. Now, Proxima getting that out at the start's very good. In fact, to be honest, getting that offense down means that I could probably get rid of Yo-Yo just because we have Proxima doing that so frequently anyway. All right. Now, having the combo of those two with Yo-Yo Black Bolt would be pretty cool as well, because then you've just got these assists going everywhere on basics. All right, let's get this. Get some defense downs out there. I'm going to put the speed back up to 3. We'll try and give an eye on damage as we go, just to see how much we're doing. Let's get rid of that. Okay, I like that. Considering that he had an offense down, I really like that. All right, let's see if we can clear anything here off a Juggernaut. He didn't have the Magneto, but I'm still going to claim that that's pretty good, being able to clear something off while he has all that resist. Okay. All right, do we want to hit the injured target? Let's do it. All right, so he's going to hit through. Very good. Okay, let's do another basic combo here on, let's say, Cat. All right, 47k. We didn't need the assist. It was more than enough damage. Let's just hit a basic here from Yo-Yo. All right, so for me, I think the kit of Proxima, like everything that she does is very, very good. With Corvus, it almost seems like the best thing about him is that whenever those two are using their basics, they're just going nuts. I mean, they're bringing out a lot of damage. A surprising amount of damage. All right, here we go. So this makes you feel better about them after that beta gameplay I was just doing. Okay, there's no D up there, so let's just go for the clear. So it's about a 55, 60k combo from the two basics. So I only got it down to about half health, but for Ultimus 7, that's not too shabby. All right. No defense ups to play with to get these double damage out. I do like always being able to stun out a Deadpool though. I'm not gonna lie, he's so irritating that if you forget that he's there and he lets him have a turn, he's gonna heal through everything you've given him anyway. It's just a real pain in the rear end. Okay. So now I got a few more stars on Proxima. She's a little bit more tanky. I mean, admittedly, they had offense down on their side, so that's definitely helping our case. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be replacing these two in my primary raid team, but I'm now definitely starting to think a little bit more. He's got offense down, so I'm not going to use this yet. I'm going to wait until we get a flip from Scientist Supreme. Then we're going to have some fun. Now, going such a single target focused team, of course, we are getting the Crossbones and a couple other guys getting abilities off that they never would against my primary team. But then again, we always expected that to be the case. All right, get another D up. Probably should have saved that for the next rotation, to be fair. Let's do another assist call. 50k on one of those hits. I mean, 50k on a basic is nothing to sneeze at. All right, let's do an ult here and see what we hit. All right, so I saw 259s, I saw some 30s. Okay, getting that out is not bad. Is not bad at all. Considering he's only 4 yellow, 4 red. Okay, I'm starting to be less worried. Now, there was defense downs in play. There was some offense ups around. Obviously, there was in stealth. I don't think they're going to replace anything in the Ultimus 7 raid times anytime soon. I think for Greek raids, they're probably a very good addition. The fact that you can get multiple clears of buffs on challenging nodes, that's definitely very, very good. That's coming around quite frequently because of Proxima's speed. At the moment, though, I don't think they join the Ultimus 7 squad unless you're talking about a secondary or tertiary team. All right, so let's talk about Arena, Blitz, and War for Corvus Glaive. So for Arena, I don't think these two together by themselves are going to be enough, okay? Him and Proxima are not going to be enough to justify removing a lot of the meta characters right now out of Arena. Even if you had 7 red stars on both, I really don't think it's enough to be able to take out a lot of the powerhouses that are in there now. Obviously, things are about to change. With a full Black Order squad, I have no doubt that the scaling is going to really go off the charts with this team. We need to see what it is that Moore is bringing before we really know how powerful that is, but it is looking incredible on paper. Now for Blitz, obviously at the moment they're kind of in this weird no man's land. So I do like the idea of putting them in some sort of a team like almost like a Merc hybrid. I really like the idea of Kingpin with these two because it could mean that you're going to get double assists on some turns because of the passive on Kingpin. Throwing in a Yondu or maybe even a tank for some defense up, I think that that's a fun little team at the moment where you can put a lot of those misfits that don't really have a home right now and actually increase their effectiveness as a squad. Because quite often you get that Yondu, Crossbones, Kingpin combo, which has been powerful in the past, but it falls down a lot now because there are so many defense up teams. I think that having these two on the squad really gets around that and allows you to just absolutely punch through a lot of those Blitz teams at 8.3 that you may have had trouble with. So for me personally, that's where I'm going to use them. It's going to be Kingpin, Crossbones, Yondu, and then these two. I think that's going to bring up that for me for the next couple of weeks until I can round out the rest of the squad. Having Thanos with them right now, obviously a lot of people are going to want to see that, but at the moment I don't think it makes much of a difference because all they really do is make him do more damage, which as a protector is not really that big a deal for him. Yes, he'll heal more from his ult when he gets offense up, but it's not really that much of a change, and obviously his special hits okay, but it's not enough to justify pulling him off a more effective Blitz team, which most of us are using right now. Now, War, I think they're going to have in this interim a lot of uses. My favorite thing I think I'm going to try this week is against a lot of people that use a very classic team on defense, which is using either Drax or they're using a hand sentry or both in some cases with an Ultron defense. Hand sentry can be quite a challenge because you want to use power armor against most Ultron defense squads because you can just take advantage of their buffs and then you can just decimate them before Ultron can get up and running. But hand sentry, because he goes after a lot of bursty teams, means that he can hide a lot of his squad and then give that evade, which means the first couple abilities of power armor can actually miss, and that can be quite devastating. So being able to have characters that can get around stealth, can dispel defense up, can stun. All right, there's so much that you can do with these two that I don't know what the team's going to be yet, but I'm definitely going to be using them as an anti-Ultron squad on defense. I don't really want to break up any of my big teams, but I do think these two can probably cause a fair bit of mischief against Asgardians as well. Because obviously they have that stealth mechanic. If you can go in and burst someone out quite quickly, get them to trigger the stealth because of the Loki, and then you use the special from Corvus to poke the lowest health character, even if they are hidden behind stealth, I think there's some real fun to be had there because you would have already moved the defense up because they would have had the opening turn from Proxima being able to clear that with her basic, or Corvus coming in and assisting, clearing off that. So now you've got no buffs on that target. Hopefully you've dropped them below 50% and then you can just clean them up. So I've got a theory that these two combined could really cause havoc against that defense squad as well, which causes a lot of us dramas at the moment. I don't think they really touch the big boys at the moment, which is, of course, the Hydra defense. So for me, I think for War, they're definitely more of an offensive squad. However, I think on defense with an Ultron, I think you could cause some grief to the enemy team as well. Proxima's going to go first. She's going to offense down their whole squad. So if they're coming in with a Wakanda or an offensive shield team that obviously normally get all of their turn first before you get yours, that upsets that whole balance because they get offense down right out of the gate. So I think that they're more offense than defense, but honestly, you could use them in either and still get some pretty insane things happening. I think I prefer them offense though, because I do worry that with Corvus, his AI is not necessarily going to definitely hit things with defense up, which means you're going to waste a lot of that potential damage. Maybe he's going to use specials where you prefer to use a basic. So I think offense is where the win is. So to summarize, folks, Arena right now, not worthwhile, but in a Black Order squad, they're going to be god tier characters. Corvus is going to be insane. If we're talking about Blitz, I think they definitely can be used by themselves, just the two of them with a +3 and be able to take on a lot at 8.3. Got to do some more testing over the next couple of days, but things are looking pretty good so far. For raids, I think for Gammas with skill lanes, they're perfection. They're very, very good. They're very powerful. They can get around a lot of the junk that happens in those two nodes. The offense down for Proxima especially is going to help a lot. And then him being able to come through and poke some of those stealthy characters is very good as well. For Ultimus 7, no, I don't think he's a good choice at this stage. And now I'm curious to see whether you could actually use these guys as a burst squad to do enough damage in Ultimus 7, but we'll wait and see. When it comes to war, I think they're definitely going to have a lot of counter picks. I don't think they're going to be good against every single team, but I think Corvus is really going to bring some flexibility to take down some of those weird and wonderful teams that we see in war from time to time. So what do you think, folks? Is Corvus going to be worth your money? For me, as a whole, if he wasn't part of the Black Order, I think I'd be happy to wait for him. I wouldn't go balls and all like I have today. I wouldn't spend my calls or my hard-earned money. But because he is part of Black Order, unfortunately, I think he is kind of a necessity for whales and krakens out there. And eventually for obviously your free-to-play players and your dolphins, you're going to want him. But what do you think? Is he worth your money? Is he someone that you're going really hard on getting? What do you think about this after seeing his kit in action in those raids? Is he someone that you want more now or less than? Make sure you leave it in the comment section below. And hey, while you're down there, why not leave a like, a subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so you can make sure you see our videos coming next week. Until then though, cheers.